Hi everybody, welcome back to part 2, day 2 of putting this winch bumper on. Part 1 we got it mounted, and so in part 2 we're going to go ahead and get the factory fog lights installed and get the winch on. I don't know if we'll get the winch hooked up in part 2, but anyway, I started by taking the factory fog lights out of the other bumpers, just 4 little screws holds them in. Really ain't a whole lot to them. It does have an adjustment screw on them right there. And I think, as far as this application goes, I believe they bolt in. They come with a lot of little bolts. And I probably should have went ahead and put them in prior to installing this bumper, but if you watch part 1, you can see I was in kind of a hurry. It was we got a pretty rough storm yesterday, so it had started raining on me when I was trying to finish getting this thing buttoned up. And so we'll start this morning by installing the fog lights if we can. If not, we'll unbolt this thing and install them and then bolt it back up. Alright, so again, I'm going to apologize for the fan, but you can see, even though it ain't but 75 degrees, it's 100% humidity and it is stifling in here. So I'm going to have to run the fan, so you're going to have to put up a little wind noise. So I apologize in advance. Alright everybody, got the fog lights in with the driving lights, and I'll show you. I didn't video any of it because it was really a pain in the butt. These little old bitty screws, you have to put the screws in from the back and then put the little tiny 2 little washers and a little nut. And there's 4 of them. That up there was really a pain. And of course, I got the wiring hooked back up, and I just stuck the loom up behind this piece up in here. Had a couple of holes here that would go through. Got them right there. So I guess now we're ready to set the winch on there and get it bolted up. So this is the Badlands 9,000 pound winch from Harbor Freight. I've actually had this winch for about 2.5 years. I originally got it to go on my other truck, on my brown diesel truck. And then I was going to put it on a trailer, so I ended up, thankfully, saving it, and it's going to work out pretty good, I think. I think 9,000 pounds for a Jeep would be plenty. They do offer a lot bigger ones, and these are very reasonably priced. I have no idea how good they are, but I do know they are reasonably priced. So, that being said, I guess we're going to start bolting this thing up and see how far we get. So it comes with this hardware. It's got some square nuts. I'm pretty sure it's going to go in the little base of it. Got square nuts. It's all metric, 8.8 metric, so this is pretty good stuff. So these are just going to slide right into this base. And we got these bolts. Of course, you're going to put a lock washer and then a flat washer. Like that. So I'm going to get on there with my big Phillips head. If y'all can see that. Big old long Phillips head. That'll help me line it up a little bit better, I think. So right in here, I think, where I need it. I think that'll work right there. Alright, so I'm going to climb back under here and see if I can get it lined back up. Alright, so I got the winch mounted. The clearance I did on these fins pretty much did the job. It worked out really well. I don't think I could have beat that bumper in enough to clear it without cutting those fins. Now the hard part is figuring out where I want to mount my solenoid box. This thing is not making it easy. You need to have access to this for your remote, and these leads have to go right here. So there's really no good place on this bumper to mount this thing. Ideally, you know, maybe it will mount up here somewhere, but I got light tabs, and this welding's already starting to rust on this bumper and the weld. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, right there would be a good place. I guess for the time being, we can go ahead and mount our roller fire lead, get this hooked up through there and all that, and all we'll lock down is the electrical. And like I said, that'll be part 3 on the electrical. So let's go ahead and mount this roller fire lead. I got to cut this loose first. I'll do that. I'm not sure I got it. Well, I guess I can hit this. This is gauge right here. That's got to go through here. Like that. Re-engage. And we'll get our fire lead here. It does come with a nice roller fire lead. I will give them that. Okay, so this thing comes with mounting hardware. It's a 19mm headed 19. It is a 18mm headed bolt with a 19mm nut. Now we'll go ahead and mount our shackles on here. So I think it looks good. And then we'll hook our hook in there. Once I get power on here, I'll tighten this. I'll tighten this thing up. Once I get power on here, we'll tighten it up and I'll make it look a little better. Alright, well, I guess that's going to do it for part 2.